Welcome to today's GPC organized presentation on UK REACH, how to comply as non-GB manufacturer. I am Mrs. Priyanka Manapuri representing Global Product Compliance India Group, and I would be taking this topic further. Before I start, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce our company, GPC Group. Global Product Compliance is a company that specializes in global regulatory compliance solutions. We started providing regulatory services in 2008, and since then, we have become one of the leading regulatory compliance service providers in the world. In May last year, Sustainability Support Services, a familiar name in chemical regulatory and compliance services, was acquired by GPC Holding Sweden, and thus it underwent a name change to GPC Europe AB. Since it is only a company name change with no change in legal entity, therefore the business remains as usual, but now under the name of GPC Europe. As you can see from the organizational chart here, GPC has two parts, that is GPC Regulatory and GPC Analytics. GPC Regulatory has several divisions including GPC UK, Turkey, India, Europe, which is based in Sweden, Korea, and Russia. Under GPC India, we have 3 branch offices. On GPC Analytics, we have laboratories in Sweden and in India. A little bit more about our profile. Since 2008, we have managed a portfolio of more than 12,000 substances, and we have a client base of more than 1,200 happy clients with 99% retention rate. We have registered more than 3,000 substances, and we also have experience in lead registration and consortium management of more than 400 substances. We also have extensive experience in pre-registration and notification within chemicals and cosmetic regulations. Our regulatory services include Indian CMSR, EU REACH, Korea REACH, Eurasia REACH, KKDIK, that is Turkey REACH, UK REACH, and Taiwan's TCC SCA. Our services also cover chemical regulations in the USA, Canada, Australia, Thailand, China, Japan, and Brazil, as well as cosmetic regulations in the EU, India, and the USA. You can know more about us and our services on our website, gpcgateway.com. So let's begin with today's presentation on UK REACH. I'll mainly focus on this topic for the non-GB manufacturers, how they can comply with the UK REACH regulation. So these are the key outlines for today's discussion. We will look into the key events of Brexit from the last year, and we'll talk with this. I'll start with this topic of UK REACH. I'll highlight the role of OR in UK REACH compliance. We will talk about how to comply as non-GB manufacturers, and will focus mainly on doing and new registrations, tonnage band specific deadlines, substance groups and joint registrations. I'll also highlight about data sharing and the LOA cost, the HSE fees and the charges. Finally, we have some take-home messages for you. So let's begin with the key events of Brexit from the last year. As we all are aware, Brexit ever since 2016 had been the withdrawal of the United Kingdom from the European Union. And it was in January last year that the UK formally left the EU and it went into a transition period until the end of 31st December 2020. So it was during this transition period that the UK and the EU underwent many negotiations, and these negotiations came to an end on 24 December last year with an agreement and a deal. So from 1st January 2021 this year, UK REACH has come into force, and now the UK REACH and EU REACH regulations are operating independently of each other. The UK REACH is mainly going to regulate the access of substances and chemicals into the Great Britain market, which includes England, Scotland, and the Wales. So let's begin with our discussion on UK REACH now. The regulation clearly indicates that the basis for it is EU REACH. So the EU REACH regulation has been brought into the UK law under the EU Withdrawal Act of 2018, and the key principle of this EU REACH regulation has also been retained. So with this, the regime is now operational in GB, and it is called UK REACH regulation. So all those companies that want to purchase and supply their chemicals or mixtures or articles to and from the European Union or the European Economic Area or the Northern Ireland and Great Britain, they need to ensure that they meet all the relevant duties under both the pieces of legislation. For the Northern Ireland Protocol, the UK REACH regulation indicates that for it, EU REACH regulation will still continue to apply, while UK REACH will provide regulatory framework to chemicals only in the Great Britain. So those chemicals which will be exported into the Great Britain market will need UK REACH regulation compliance. So what are the aims and principles of UK REACH? The aims and principles from EU REACH have been retained here, and these include the no data, no market principle, the last resort principle on animal testing, that is the use of vertebrate animals for testing purpose. It is considered as the last resort. Access to information for workers and the precautionary principle. These have been retained. Just like the European Chemical Agency, which is the lead body in regulating the registration of chemicals in EU, for UK and the GB market, it would be the Health and Safety Executive. The regulation indicates the HSE to be the agency which is the lead UK regulatory enforcing authority. And this HSE, it will work all together with the Department of Environment, Food and Rural Affairs. So it is this new regulatory framework that will enable the registration of new chemicals through the UK REACH IT system. UK REACH IT system is comply with UK REACH system under UK REACH regulation. So let's have a look into the duty holders who need to comply in UK REACH. These include the manufacturers. These can be Great Britain based and non-GB based manufacturers, and these are specifically the ones that are responsible for making and producing the chemicals by chemical synthesis. So they do have the obligation to comply with UK REACH regulation. Next comes the importers. These are basically the ones that will bring the chemical substances into the GB market from either the European Economic Area or the EU or the Northern Ireland, and for that matter from the rest of the world. So they have responsibility to hold registration for these substances unless their non-GB suppliers have appointed an only representative to take up the duties as GB importer. The next duty holders in the line is downstream users. These are basically those businesses or companies or individual workers who directly handle chemical substances in the course of their activities, but they neither import nor they manufacture the substances. So even they have the obligation, and Great Britain based only representatives. So under Article 8 of UK REACH regulation, it has been clearly stated about the role of GB based only representative for UK REACH. Any non-GB manufacturer, formulator or producer of article can appoint a GB based OR to fulfill the obligations of GB based importers. This may help to maintain the access to the GB market for their substances by reducing the responsibilities for importers. The regulation also defines what is the role of only representative, a GB based only representative. So that particular only representative needs to be a natural or a legal person which is Great Britain based, and it should be equipped with sufficient background in the practical handling of substances along with its information. These will be appointed by mutual agreement with a manufacturer, formulator or article which is mainly based outside of the Great Britain, and they are responsible for complying with the legal requirements for importers under UK REACH. Let's now begin with our discussion on how to comply as non-GB manufacturers. But before I begin with this discussion, there are two situations that you need to consider as a non-GB manufacturer. The first possibility is that you had already registered your substance in EU REACH and you have a valid EU REACH registration number. So it is only in this situation that you as a non-GB manufacturer will be able to perform downstream user import notification to comply with UK REACH regulation. The second situation can be you have not registered the substance in your reach, and it will be for the first time that you will be marketing and exporting your chemical into the GB market. So there are no transitional provisions, and the only way to comply with UK REACH regulation would be by registering the chemical in it in UK REACH. So let's begin with our guidance for notification for Great Britain based downstream users or distributors under EU REACH. Before I begin with this topic, the important point that the regulation clearly states is that the downstream user import notification, it is not a registration process. Yes, in fact, the concept of pre-registration does not exist in UK REACH. And any GB based legal entity which is intending to import a substance into the GB market, and if that substance is exceeding the tonnage band of more than 1 ton per year, is required to submit a registration to the agency within 300 days from 1st January. So for submitting DUIN notifications, the deadline that is set by the authorities is 27th October. Once the DUIN is completed, you effectively defer your registration obligation, and you will be able to export your substance up to 6 years from 28 October 2021. But yes, this deadline will depend upon the tonnage band and the hazardous properties of the chemical. So let's have a look into the tonnage band specific deadlines. 27th October, as indicated, that is 300 days from 1st January, is the time when downstream user import notifications have to be completed. And from 28th October this year, 2 years is the time span for the registration of those chemicals which will be exported in a tonnage band of more than 1,000 tons per annum. This will also include those substances which are hazardous in nature. They might fall in the CMR category with a tonnage band of more than 1 ton per annum. And they might be the ones that are very toxic to the aquatic organisms and are being exported in a tonnage band of, say, more than equal to 100 tons per annum. This will also include all those substances of the candidate substance list, ECAS candidate substance list of 31st December 2020. 4 years from 28 October 2021 is the deadline that is set for those substances which will be exported in a tonnage band of 100 to 1,000 tons per annum. And this will include all those substances which will fall in the HSE candidate list of 27th October 2023. 6 years from 28th October is the deadline set for those substances that will be exported in a tonnage band of 1 to 100 tons per annum. So who can apply for DUIN? Great Britain-based legal entities that were importing substances and mixtures into the Great Britain from the EU or from outside of the EU. And to highlight here, all those manufacturers, formulators, and article producers that are based outside of the Great Britain, they can apply for DOIN by appointing a GB based only representative. This is possible only when you have a valid EU REACH registration number. You had registered your substance in EU REACH. It is only then that DOIN notification is possible for you as the non-GB manufacturer. So for the non-GB manufacturers, once they appoint a Great Britain based only representative, the GB based OR will take up all the actions of a GB importer, and with this, the specific importers in the supply chain will become the downstream users. So what is the process of doing? As indicated, the deadline is 27th October 2021 to give a downstream user import notification. And for this, you as a non-GB manufacturer will have to appoint a GB based OR. It is the responsibility of the GB based OR to open an account on your behalf in the UK REACH IT system, that is comply with UK REACH, and it is your OR's responsibility to fill the necessary details on your behalf into the system, into the UK REACH IT system. So this is the starting page of the comply with UK REACH. Your OR will fill the necessary login details. It will provide the preliminary information on your behalf to the HSE authorities so that a UK REACH DOIN number is issued to you as the non-GB manufacturer. But the important point to note here is once DOIN is done, it can be done only once and once per legal entity. It is not substance specific. So all those substances which are registered in EU with a EU REACH number, with a valid EU REACH number, those would be covered in DOIN notification, following which you can continue to export substances into the EU from the EU or outside of the EU. But this is not the end. Following DOIN, some additional information has also needs to be submitted to the HSE. This includes very preliminary information like chemical name, caste number, EC number, tonnage band specific information has to be shared. And along with this, SDS submission is also a part of submitting the preliminary details. So this information will be submitted by your only representative, GB based only representative to the HSE. So within 300 days, once DOIN notification is done, your obligation would be to complete the entire registration process within 2, 4 and 6 years if you wish to continue importing your substance into the UK market. For completing the registration process, the initial activity would be to submit an Article 26 inquiry followed by the submission of the registration dossier. So I would be talking about this Article 26 inquiry and the new registration process in the coming slides. But before that, let's have a look into the guidance for new registrations under UK REACH. This is the second situation when you realize that downstream user import notification is not applicable to you since you had not registered the substance in EU REACH and you do not have a valid EU REACH registration number. So in that case, there are no transitional provisions, and the only way to import your substance into the GB market would be by registering it by submitting the Article 26 inquiry and finishing the registration by submitting the registration dossier. So in this case, registrations would be per substance and it would be per legal entity. For the mixtures, the regulation clearly indicates that they do not need to be registered, but instead its individual constituents or chemicals that will exceed the tonnage band of 1 ton per annum will have to be registered. So who can apply for new registrations? Any GB-based legal entity that is intending to manufacture or import its substance into the Great Britain, and it can be EU-based or non-EU-based companies who are intending to appoint a GB-based OR before they export their substance for the first time into the GB market. So let's now have a discussion on the Article 26 inquiry. This Article 26 inquiry dossier submission is completely the same process and it is analogous to the process under EU REACH. So the first step towards any new registration submission would be submission of an inquiry dossier. This inquiry dossier preparation would need some basic information about the chemical, including the spectral analytical data. And once the inquiry dossier is ready, it has to be submitted to the agency, to the HSE via the UK Reach IT system. Upon submission of successful inquiry dossier, you'll get a specific inquiry number in UK Reach, and with that, your contact details will be shared with the existing registrants, grandfathered registrants, and other successful inquirers regarding that substance. So this will enable you to engage in the data sharing process. We'll be talking about the data sharing process in the coming slide. So for new registrations to be covered under UK Reach, following successful inquiry submission, each legal entity will have to submit its own registration dossier. And obviously, submission of registration dossier would be accompanied by appropriate registration fee that might include LOA charges and the HSE fees. So once you get the UK Reach number you can use it for your GB exports. Let's now look into the substance groups and the joint registrations. Substance groups are basically the way by which the UK Reach IT system will organize the registrants. So they will be made up of multiple businesses, multiple companies, legal entities that all want to submit a registration for the same substance. And once a substance group is formed, members of the same group can access each other's contact details to organize a registration strategy, which will include the cost sharing model and the group data sharing. So basically this process is exactly similar to that of the CEF in eCarEach. The lead registrant will have to be appointed by the group to submit the joint registration dossier for that substance. And once the lead registrant is ready with its dossier, it will have to claim its role in the UK Reach IT system, that is, comply with UK Reach. Let's talk about data sharing. Sharing the data needed to be submit a joint registration will be an important task for the substance groups. And if the substance group is in the process of forming, the members of that specific group will have to find out what are the studies that are available for that particular chemical, if there are any data gaps in the group, and what is the publicly available data that needs to be figured out. If a particular study is not available in the group, members will need to agree how to fill that missing data. So for that, a legal agreement or a letter of access can formalize this data sharing process so that the co-registrants and the new members can complete their submission and get the UK Reach registration number. Let's talk about the HSE fees and the charges. The UK Reach regulation clearly indicates that it has taken up the EU Reach fees and it will apply to the same processes that are being charged under EU Reach. So the only difference between UK Reach, HSE fees and EU Reach ECA fees would be there's a conversion difference from Euro to GBP, and they have taken up the average conversion rate from 2017. So this slide gives us the information about the size of the company, which is very similar to that of the EU Reach, along with the headcount details and the balance sheet ceilings. So it includes the large size, the medium size, the small size, and the micro size companies, very similar to that of EU Reach. Next is the standard fees for SMEs as per the size of the company, size of the SME, and tonnage band specific data. The fees here is mentioned in GBP. Let's have a look at some take-home messages. You should start identifying the substances that needs to be placed into the GB market in a quantity of more than 1 ton per annum apart from your exports to the EU. You should also check if the substance had already been registered in EU Reach, because for EU registered substances, the legal entities would be eligible for performing do-in. You should check if the substance will be placed in the GB for the first time. If so, you'll have to submit an inquiry and complete the registration process as soon as possible before it is being exported into the UK market, GB market. And early submissions means possibility to be a part of the substance group. So you need to prioritize those substances for inquiry submission immediately after the notification. You should also check if the substance SDS, substance specific SDS, is updated or not, because updated SDS would be an important requirement as per the new GBCLP regulation that will help in understanding whether the substance classifies into the hazard category or not. You should identify a competent OR to take up the responsibilities for your UK REACH compliances. And the most important, you need to be transparent with your OR and you should give complete information to avoid any non-compliance for UK REACH. GPC Group has already set up its GB-based legal entity and we are willing to support you with all the UK REACH compliance activities. You are welcome to contact us on the mentioned mail ID. Finally, you can also keep yourself updated on the recent developments of UK REACH by visiting our webpage gpcgateway.com. We would be glad to assist you on any of your regulatory inquiries.